And now we're going to take a closer look at exactly those players Marone was talking about. The biggest surprise for the Orange so far comes from the guy with all the publicity. Greg Paulus has finally backed up the hype with his performances the last 2 games. 616 yards to the air and 5 total TDs has shown he's not just a game manager. Adding a completion percentage in the low 70s, and you've got yourself a pretty good QB.
Coming out of the backfield, DeLon Carter has been held in check his last 2 outings. Against Northwestern, the senior only averaged 4.6 yards a carry, while only compiling a total of 72 yards on the ground against Maine. That didn't stop him from reaching the end zone, though. In those 2 games, DC3 has scored 5 times, including a 4-touchdown performance last week against the Black Bears.
And the man on the island each week for the Orange has been cornerback Kevin Scott. He's covered the opposing team's top wideout every single game. And while getting burned at times, he's also racked up good stats from the defensive backfield. Leads the team in interceptions and adding 14 solo tackles so far.
Finally, Darrell Smith has been tearing it up on the defensive side of the ball for the Cuse. After starting off the season with 6 tackles against Minnesota, the senior has racked up 10 in each of his last 3 games. Smith has also been putting the hit on opposing QBs, pacing the Orange with 3.5 sacks. Now with more on these players, we bring in CitrusTV football analysts Mike Lefko and Jeff Everly.
Well, you heard the facts from Doug and John, but now Jeff and I are going to give you a little bit more in-depth look at some of the players, starting, of course, with the quarterback, Greg Paulus. In his first year at the helm for Syracuse, he has really lit it up these past 2 games, and Jeff, he's really starting to come into his own.
Yeah, I think so, and Doug Marone brought him in as a game manager, especially with his leadership, but as of late, Mike, he's really come on strong. Passes down the field to Mike Williams, Marcus Sales, Dante Davis. He's really becoming a game changer.
And another guy who has really become a game changer as well is the running back, DeLon Carter. He's established himself, Jeff, as the feature back of this team. 4 touchdowns against Maine.
Well, he is the feature back, 4 touchdowns against Maine, but I think he's got something more left in the tank. Yes, he had 4 touchdowns, but well under 100 yards against the Maine Black Bears. That's totally unacceptable. I think you'll see the best of DeLon Carter later on in the Big East slate.
But DeLon Carter clearly has established himself as the man to go to. There was that controversy at the start of the season. Him, Antoine Bailey, even Aaron Collier supposed to get some carries. DeLon Carter has been the man to get those carries.
Yeah, he really has, and he can pound, get those tough physical yards, especially when you need him on 3rd and 4th down situations.
Well, so we took a little look at the offense, but let's go to the defense. And one of those guys who's been stepping up a little bit, Kevin Scott in at the secondary, he's had 2 interceptions, and he's really established himself as the class of this secondary.
Yeah, Mike, he's had 2 picks, but you know what? This secondary has been absolutely torched against Northwestern. Even like an FCS opponent against Maine, this SU secondary really just got killed left and right, front and center. I did not like the play, even with Kevin Scott in there.
And quickly we'll go to the man anchoring the defense, Darrell Smith. If he can stay healthy, he will be a force at linebacker.
Well, he leads the team in sacks, tackles for a loss. He really is the anchor of this defense.
All right, thanks. Back to you guys.